map choice, and it's their opportunity to fight back in and try and take us to Ascent.
One map down. They were looking at 12 rounds on Breeze for quite some time. So backs against the wall going into game number 2, or map number 2 for DarkZero. And we'll see how they handle the pressure. An early start out towards mid. Finds Kohler inside of garage. Trailblazer cleared that one out on the C site, completely giving up only a cam for the information. With that tag onto the sky, Ghost Gaming look to rotate over. Screwface tries to take some shots. Unfortunately, can't find a frag, but it's Harmon to finish off Nismo. Now Ryan with a sick position, but spotted out as he comes through the cage, and everybody's starting to fall on the side of Ghost Gaming. As Twin trades a few back, make it 3. The odds were even for a moment. The Sovas stole the spotlight, but it's DarkZero for the first pistol once more.
DarkZero taking things over there. It's a very aggressive, very quick split out towards C, and it was just a bit unlucky for Ghost. Early on, they had heavy posturing towards mid. We're going to play that aggression and try and lean into the retake after that. And, well, they found themselves in that retake position, but on this replay, notice your minimap, because there was always final player there. There was always Anderson lurking through garage. He found that perfect angle at the end. He saved that round, and to find DarkZero, very crucial pistol. It will just be the save round up for Ghost Gaming. Cam is destroyed with a whole ton of information, so let's start early on for Ghost, but they've lost space out towards A main.
That nebula smoke still being used to garner that space into lobby. Unfortunately, Koala the first one to push, and well, Ryan goes unchecked, is able to find one. Now has a few more to answer to, and well, just can't get it done. The shorty right to the chest from Screwface. Gonna sit the Astra down. Only 1 kill picked up. So it's unfortunate for Anderson that he's fallen in this round. Guiding light goes through. Screwface gonna go up top. Nismo looking for something else. Another guiding light queued up before the flash disperses. And well, it's Harmon to close things out. DarkZero now find their second, but Mimi, we know that we can't get decided just yet. It was 3 rounds in a row on Breeze. DarkZero were in the lead before they gave up 8. And it was because of a force in the second round from Ghost that made it to where they could get 3 rounds for free.
Yeah.
Now there's no force. Now we're going into round 3, and it's a full buy. More importantly, an Odin in the hands of Ryan here.
I'm interested to see what he does with this. I think he's just doing that default wallbang out towards mid window. He might actually find impact off of it. Ooh, perfect position. Screwface even some damage. He's forced to swing, but he actually finds the frag. The play goes wrong. Koala falls, and the flash is perfect. Kohler to pick one up onto Chase. You said 3 rounds in a row was unlikely, but might be possible now. 5 versus 3 situation. Some weapons recoverable. Kohler, ooh, rough position. Nismo to find the frag and puts us into a spot that's just a bit more even for Ghost Gaming.
Yeah, tough timing there from Kohler onto the C site. That spike slowly gets planted. DarkZero chipped away at quite a bit. Screwface worse for wear, taking some early damage in the trades, but now working the flank here. And unfortunately for Screwface, Ghost haven't really committed to try and push forward yet. They're all 3 still stacked up. Now they have the numbers in their favor. Not only that, but the Seekers online is guiding light, not gonna find the flash. Harmon there to trade it out. Phantom in hand, and it's a Spectre to close out the round. It was close until it wasn't. DarkZero secure their 3rd.
Wow, that's an absolutely massive round for DZ. Ghost is going to be pushed completely onto this save round, and while DarkZero will have no such issues, the Aster play from Angel's perfect here. He finds that grab well, isolates Ryan off of it, and in this 2v1, he just knows that someone has to make that play. Despite being up in numbers, they still had the rougher guns, they had the rougher HP. He's able to swing out, pick that one up. DarkZero, they're on a path to redemption here, as all it will fall down to is this anti-eco spray already through garage. Ghost looking to had the dagger out towards mid, but they're just not being allowed the positioning.
And the worst part about that last round is having that Odin and putting it in the hands of a Sova player. So Harmon feeling pretty good at that one. Obviously confident in it as well. Nice regrowth out from Kohler. Will top off the Sova, who took some early chip damage. through the wall at the beginning of the round. Sounds like more shots traded back and forth. Nothing to be found, though. I think Ryan was shooting through the wall inside of Garage, expecting somebody from DarkZero there. Instead, it's all 5 stacked about towards C Long. And because no noise has been made, Ghosts are not privy to this. They have absolutely no idea. It's only going to be Chase here to try and fight in the 1v5. The dash onto the side as Chase backs away. Looks to play safe for now and wait for the team to rotate on over. A 5v5 retake with the Arsenal heavily in favor of DarkZero.
That it is. Ghost Gaming, Hunter's Fury available. I doubt they want to pop it in this round 3 towards the spawn side. A Dark queued up for win. They might try and wallbang off those newly penetrable boxes in the middle of the site, but it's just not happening. Ainge to pick off Chase. 5v4 advantage. They're all going to just try and push on in from the spawn side. It's Nismo on the flank, and it's good damage with the shock dart. I think they're just going to play for containment here. And Nismo, he's doing more than just containing. He's finding the damage, finding the frags. It falls to a 3v3, and what? Win just finds a double off the shock. They shouldn't have time for the defuse, and oh, they will not. But everyone in the server, the likes of DarkZero, hits the floor. The damage impeccable from Ghost Gaming.
I am at a loss for words in this round. I mean, the bounce on that. I mean, what is that shock dart even for, right? Because typically you see that shock dart kind of tossed out to hit that long plant spot, maybe just around the side of the box. That one there, it wouldn't even have hit the safe plant spot, right? Where you plant right next to that small radionite box. So that it seemed like kind of an on the fly, just wall bang or just bank it with the shock dart, hope for the best. And well, you got more than you could ask for if you're Hwin there. Koala unfortunately falling in the next. Won't be alive. And for DarkZero, they do get the round win, but like you said, the damage has been done, and that's really all you could hope for, right? Because that was a round where they picked up a lot of weapons from Ghost Gaming in their buy round. So you need to start to chip away at the economy any way that you can. The Seekers come through, looking for a bit more information off of this. It doesn't spot the lurk out in time, and Chase is able to net one frag, backs away before being traded out himself. But look at this, Ryan with a nice position once more, able to find not only Harmon, but the spike goes down, needs to be retrieved, and it's DarkZero once more a player ahead. Now the odds are even as Swin goes across, finds the shots onto Kohler. Now Nismo gonna try and stop the push onto the side. Screwface falls, so does the spike. It's all up to Anderson inside the pit. Needs to push out to try and find the fight. And Nismo spots the weapon, takes him down, and Ghost Gaming get on the board.
Awkward corner there for Nismo. He was kind of halfway in, halfway out of that pit, and is taken out by Nismo. It was a very rough start there for Ghost. They lose Koala out towards long. A bit of over-aggression from the Jet player will nearly have the round slip from their hands, but huge play from Nismo to just have the read that they were going to push on into C. He stops the plant and was early to find the frag onto the Viper of Anderson. Exactly what Ghost needed. Is now finally get to see a round where everyone has strong money. Ryan, only player down low. It's the blades for Screw, and Koala's shot will go wide, but he's able to just fall back nice and safely as Ainge actually beginning to walk up long here.
Yeah, unfortunately, you just can't continue to give Nismo these fights because he just continues to win them. You have to find something just as Kohler did there. Tags from the side. It's a nice dodge on the ultimate. Only going to be a tag from the Hunter's Fury, but two members chipped away at towards the C side as Harmon finishes it off with the shock dart. So the Sovas continuing to stand in the spotlight. The utility back and forth. The frags back and forth. We find ourselves in a 4v4 situation. The blades are still online for Screwface, as is the operator for Koala.
Yeah, and you still have these tripwires out towards A. That gives a ton of information, because even if he falls here, you'll still have that info as Screw will take out the camera towards long. Chase holding things down. A dash could prove deadly. He hears the tripwire, but doesn't know exactly where it is, and will be unable to break it. Ready to dash on forward. Still, that might not be the final play. Spike's rotating back towards C. Kohler has a walk-up, but Nismo has the perfect timing.
And Nismo is so impressive in a map where it matters the most. The Screwface gets onto the B site, undetected by Hwin just yet. Oh, there's the shots. The daggers go wide. Nismo pushes through with 3K on the round, looking for some more. As the spike will fall, the clock runs out. And Huynh closes things out onto Harmon. It's a second round picked up from Ghost. And again, things are getting scary. And not to, kind of bring down the mood a little bit, but this is a very uncharacteristic game from Koala. It seems like he kind of, maybe went a little too hard. There's not a whole lot of tread left on the tires after burning out on Breeze. But Nismo picking up the slack. Huynh picking up the slack. Look at those kills, Mimi.
Yeah, it's really cool to see. And I mean, it's interesting. The Koala is sticking on the Jet. I like it. But in the past, he did play the supportive role on this map. A lot of comps have been toyed with. I think it used to be Nismo on the Raze and then an Omen for the likes of Koala, but he has the freedom on the Jet. He's just waiting for his moment to shine. It might just be this round. Pushed up towards A, spike put down towards B. A pretty defaulted play with that Astra wall, and Screw trying to get it down, but Nismo just playing through it. Dash is good, but Nismo is better. It's wall for wall. Diffuse already being stuck. They need to take this fight straight past it. Shot connects, but he's just holding. The frags no matter. The round is found. I mean, they just created a corridor of death. This Nismo even wants a little bit more.
I need this.
Again, I don't know what to say. Nismo has been so incredibly impressive, and we were kind of hyping up the Sky on Breeze, but then you bring it over to Haven, and it's not even so much about the Sky, it's more the gunplay for Nismo. Just unmatched here. You cannot give him a fair fight or he will win it, or 2 or 3. It's been unfair for DarkZero. And again, we start off the same way. It was a little different on how we got there, but it was 4 in a row for DarkZero. Now all of them being answered back here. They've leveled up that 1 extra round in a row, but Ghost Gaming look to steal them all back. Look to fight for an 8-4 half, and it's an aggressive push with the operator. Gets Koala on the board. Anderson will fall. Now 5v3. The spike slowly creeps up the garage, making a 5v2. Harmon and Kohler have a whole lot to get done. Only 2 alive. 5 to worry about, and that Odin spray is just good enough. Now Harmon in a 1v5 situation with an Odin of his own. No information as to where anybody is playing just yet. Ryan gonna give up his position for a backstab for Chase, and it's a flawless round for Ghost to tie us up.
Wow, huge place there by Ghost. Koala, he does find the board in a big way there. 2 frags to be picked up, and it really reminds me of Wardell a little bit, right? Where it's a huge focus on just the contact off plays. Start to walk up, have that tailwind available. If you break contact, you either kill him and you continue for more, or you're just able to dash on away. A good Jet player, that operator in hands can be so powerful, and Koala putting it to perfection. And I think your prophecy is coming true, Tanner, because this is mirror mode of that first map. It's a strong start for DarkZero, and then Ghost immediately grabs momentum back, and with DZ on an eco, they should be looking for 5 here, unless looks like we might have a bit of, I'd imagine technical, seeing as we're looking at the flybys.
A technical delays, technical difficulties, gonna slow things down, kind of ice the kicker for Ghost Gaming. This has been, I mean, again, so incredibly impressive, as it looks like it was just a quick one. Maybe somebody's mouse dying or something of the sort. We'll see how DarkZero can try and stop the bleeding. Like you said, prophecies, but I mean, it's just in the script, Mimi. It's just in the script. I mean, it's how they get it done for Ghost Gaming to win through the toxic screen, able to find 1. Nice recon bolt allowed for the ping. As the guiding light comes through, and Ismo gonna get a bit of a flash on himself. The Screwface tries to find something. The flank comes around, but Ainge is there to answer for it. So the knives offline, Screwface to fall as well. There's only 1 kill the way of DarkZero. Ghost have already picked up 3, make it 3.5. Ainge low on health, and now Harmon, the only healthy member on the DarkZero squad, completely corralled here. Grabwell gonna pull him through. Guiding light gonna find the flash. When it's a bit team flash there, but it doesn't matter anyways. As a near flawless round after a flawless round for Ghost Gaming will find them the lead.
Yeah, it's a very clean anti-eco there. DarkZero will have the buy back in, and well, they're immediately going to be calling this timeout. I think this is a good place to do it. In that previous game, I think they let it go to 7 before they took that timeout, and you really don't want that to be happening. So DarkZero, bring your coach into the conversation, cool off for a moment, and try and pick this one on up. And I mean, talking about DarkZero, it's hard to say what the exact play is. They've tried these aggressive hits out towards that B site. They've tried the quick splits in towards C. They were successful early on. I'd almost like to see them slow it down a little bit. They have so much utility that they can just take that time to vie for space. You have your Sky, you have your Silva, you have all that initiation power as well as the smokes on your double controller comp. You can just play around that default, slow things down a bit, and try and figure out where Ghost is getting aggro, because almost every round they've taken a fight. Most of the time it's Koala walking up with that operator.
And all things said and done, the timeout comes to a close and the next round will begin. This one, we talked about that timeout in the first, right? A little too late, maybe a little too delayed. This one obviously coming a bit sooner. But is it enough to stop the bleeding? As we take a peek again at those kills there, 16 kills for Nismo, 11 for Hwyn. And I know it's not all about the frags, but when the discrepancy between your teammates is that large, you can really see who's been working out their back, who's been hitting the bent over rows here, because that game strong, the carry game strong for Ghost Gaming, whereas DarkZero got themselves the A site for free. I say for free, but a couple of shock darts queued up here. Might just get the value they need. Harmon eats one, gets the spike down, is able to back away from the next. So does sneak out, not unscathed, but is still alive. Swin looks to go in with the Recon drone, or the Owl drone, excuse me. Slowly but surely, Ghost try and bring it up. Oh, nice Hunter Shuri tags onto two. It's gonna go wide on the next shot, and the third one not gonna land, so it's just some extra chip damage traded back. All five for the life of both players. But I spoke too soon as Anderson picks up two. Hwyn is able to trade it back. The Viper has fallen and chased on as well as the Shorty. It's just too long range, and Ainge, unfortunately, completely given up here. Needs to try and buy all the time that he can, but has three players to worry about. They look to take the fight long. They will win it, and they have just enough time to keep the win streak going.
Wow, Ghost Gaming, they just cannot seem to lose a round. It's now 6 in a row for this defensive team, and DarkZero, I feel like they had a good play there early on. You commit all your utility out towards A, get that spike down, but what Ghost did perfectly was keeping the pressure up. They didn't give a ton of time to establish that post line. The clock was never far enough for Anderson to even really consider using those snake bites in. Well, Ainge, he was the only man off site. He was playing that late lurk out towards mid to deny a flank, and it all goes wrong. They're again stuck into a tough buy here. Ghosts could be looking for 7 in a row.
Down with.
Couple of kills. Well, they're traded back and forth until Nismo has something to say about it. DarkZero on the back foot once more, and although an eco round, you'd hope to get a bit more done. It's only one frag picked up. Not much more on the back end. While it closes things out, 7-4 here, 8-4 now on the docket. I don't think DarkZero really have a say in this.
Yeah, I mean, they already used their tack timeout too. There's no way to slow this momentum. You just have to fight. I still feel like slowing things down might be the play for DarkZero here, because they keep trying to commit into these fast executes, and it's just not working. 2 rounds ago, on their last rifle round when they committed up A, there was a walk down C long by Koala. He's always walking down somewhere, always finding space somewhere, and that means Ghost is hot on these rotations. They have a Hunter's Fury to work with in this one, immediately finds a tag. He's looking for the frag, doesn't quite connect, but Nismo, he is a demon with the flashes, and he will bat them away from long. At least for a moment, they've reclaimed this position and are looking to split towards A.
Sanderson again to find the first frag here out towards the A side. He was good for 2 in the last before being traded out. This time, will back away, retrieve the healing from Kohler. Unfortunately, not enough to get him topped off, but still healthy enough. And a Viper's pit in the back pocket. DarkZero, they feint towards A, they make some noise, they find a frag, they back away, and maybe B to be the final destination for the squad. The Stars go through the rotation all the way towards C from Ghost Game. It's going to be the retake here on the site, but they'll have to work through the pit. They want to keep this 8-4 alive. Koala pushes through it. Spice through faces. Spice goes down. Win picks up 2 in response, but it's still a player ahead. It's Nismo off the board, but Ryan on the flank continues to find these angles. As Kohler and Ainge look to hold it down. Here comes a grab well to pull off the spike. Kohler slowly trying to creep on through to the site. He gets answered by Ryan. Now Chase hops on. Ainge's position completely exposed. As the star goes down, a Nebula on top. Ainge gonna look to spray on through. Ryan just gonna look to stick, but Ainge goes clutch to push for a fifth for DarkZero at the half. We have to head to a short break before we keep the momentum going. We're jumping back into it, a hype way to finish the half. It came down to the Astra 1v1 where Ainge came out on top. Unfortunately for DarkZero, they only found 5 in doing so. Now they mount their defense, and we'll see if Ghost have enough to blast on through it. Mimi, we know how strong they can be on the attacking side.
That we do, and well, it looks like pace is the name of the game early on here. 4 strong out towards this A site, but it's 3 from DarkZero to try and receive the shorty in close is revealed, but still, Screwface looking for a frag on the close corner here.
And a spike still out towards this A site. For now, is guiding light. Flashes out towards C long. And it hasn't really called for a rotation just yet. DarkZero still holding strong. They got their feet planted. Screwface has backed away to be up a bit further away from the sewers. Koala dashes onto the site. The shorty is there. Finds one to swap on over towards the classic. Not able to find the Nexus. Nismo picks it up, and Harmon. A 3K on the first pistol. Make it a 3K on the second. And for Hwin, well, he's going to take a 4K here from the Sova to try and win the round. Unfortunately for Hwin, spike not in hand. It's down in a tough spot. And there's 3 players just around the corner, just on the outside of this nebula smoke.
30 seconds left.
Card available. He might have just found a timing here. Tucked in towards the corner, but DarkZero should be aware of flank coming in. He's trapped in this spot, and oh, it's Nebula for Nebula. The second one drops. Another is up. Win with the dart to jump forward. It's a good kill onto Harmon from midair, but won't be enough. Ainge to close things out. The frenzies go huge as DarkZero find a very important pistol.
And we get into that territory where, sure, 7-5 is a lead, but for how long is it a lead? And we'll see how Ghost react to this one. So it's that unfortunate take onto the site. Well, I guess it's unfortunate that Harmon gets the spray down and just kind of continues this terror that he's been on here on Haven. But more unfortunate for Ghost Gaming is they're not in a situation to force this time around. They didn't get that spike plant, so they don't have the extra credits, so they're forced back to Classic. So it's really... They're going to be looking to overwhelm somebody somewhere here on the map. And a lot of the times we only get one player out towards C. It's going to be two here in Anderson and Kohler for DarkZero as Anderson tries to find something through the smoke. Unfortunately, not a whole lot to be found there. Just a bit of chip damage. They did buy some time. Minute and 15 on the clock. The spike, excuse me, will rotate away. Ghost will go back to the drawing board. Again, it's 5 classics to work with.
Slow turn here. Actually, over towards the mid and A side. Looks like they might be trying to fake out so they can get this spike on down, but Spike's coming back. Spam has been good early on here to at least dissuade, but Ghost doesn't seem to care. They're still pushing. Spike, not a part of this play. Where does Chase want to take this?
And I mean, what's the idea here for Ghost? They're just moving around as 5 until they get spotted and answered. They rotate back and they're like, oh, well, we got spotted over here. All right, let's move as 5 somewhere else. And they're going to meet that same fate. It's a judge up close, but Screwface can't land the shots. Wasn't ready for it. And oh my goodness, the classics coming online here for Ghost Gaming. They take quite a bit of damage, but they're able to get that spike down with just 15 seconds left on the clock. Koala close with the judge. The weapons received, but only good for 1. It's still the player advantage. The Swin pushes forward, not able to retrieve the weapon in time. The re-equip just isn't there. The classic goes huge for Chase. Now in a 1v1 and a winnable one at that as Chase backs away. 3 HP. Will look to reposition. It's only a classic in hand, as Harmon needs to push up and get that defuse. The clock is ticking, and Ghost Gaming may have found a way to win this round. As Harmon looks to stick the spike, looking to stick it all the way. It comes down to the seconds. It's .01, and Chase goes clutch.
Oh my god, out of nowhere, the classics to win the round. .01, the narrowest of margins. Just a moment later that he pressed his key on 4. If his finger moved just a millisecond faster, Harmon would have won that round, but Chase to close it out. I mean, I can almost imagine him in his head just counting down 7 seconds. Get going, try and find the timing on this, and well, it comes through perfectly. A heartbreaker of a round for DarkZero. They're gonna have weird money in this one, and well, Ghost, doesn't matter that they all die. It was just pistols. They're feeling good in this round.
Yeah, a full save in that last round finds them with rifles coming into the next. You see that one here in the hands of Koala as Harmon spotted out on the site. They also know that he's got a shorty in hand, so looking to clear the close angles, trying to get as deep as they can. Before doing so, it's a nice flash over the top. Koala's able to find a couple, trying to find his way back into this game. The supplemented squad, well, it's 3. Make it 4. The eco frags to Koala.
Spike planted.
Oh my god, he wants the ace. Koala, let us see it. One more is all it'll take. Screwface on the swing. It's Koala with the ace, and it's 9 rounds for Ghost Gaming. I mean, we know him as an opera, but he is a demon on the rifle nevertheless. I hope we can take a peek back at that one, because this dash was just so perfect.
Yeah, and the wherewithal to dash at the angle, right?
Yeah.
To be looking away from that flash. You are still affected, but the recent changes, I believe since KO's been out, it makes it more rewarding to look away from a flash, whereas previously, I mean, it was just, you take your hands off your mouse and keyboard, no matter where you're looking, that flash is getting just about full value. So a really heads-up dash, like you said, and then just the rifle play behind it. And eco frags, sure, but we all know, right? If you play this game, you know that you've died out to a classic once or twice with the rifle in hand, so it never feels great to just let that rifle continue to push forward, especially after You know, he's been met by 4 of your teammates. You being the 5th, you're hoping that you've got some damage callouts, and well, unfortunately, they just didn't. As a Hunter's Fury to kick off this round,
I've got your
brought out
trail.
some aggression. It looked like Koala wanted to try and answer that, but he's answered by Screwface himself. Now push out towards Garage. Kohler gonna find the first onto Quinn. So 2 kills away of DarkZero. Finds him in a 2-player lead. As the stars go down, Nova Pulse gonna try and find a stun, but nothing to be had just yet. And well, no timing on the Trailblazer either. Ryan and Chase have made their way up into the defender-sided spawn, and there's the flank. Anderson looks to take the fight, unfortunately falls back. Now Chase, the last one standing as the kills happen across the map. It's a Cypher alone and unafraid here on the C side as he's got the cam up. He's got the neural theft as well. They look to take the fight right to him. Both players stacked up just around the corner, and it's Screwface to close it out. 9-7 is where we find ourselves. After Ghosts have battled back, DarkZero will get back in the board.
He's won from that position before, but in this one, it won't be happening. DarkZero now pushing to 7 rounds, and I mean, they're just doing a good job at punishing the aggression now from Ghost. Koala, the confidence was running through his veins. He wanted to get that quick out towards that B site, try and get a fast cheeky plant and play that post plant, but it wasn't enough to happen. He gets taken out, and well, then DarkZero just gets the information that they're headed towards that C site. The Astra utility as well there from Ryan was fantastic because Kohler was stuck, or excuse me, from Ainge instead, because Kohler was stuck in a really tough position there, and Ainge just had the perfect grab well into that concuss as well to keep his teammates safe. Super well played round from Ghost Gaming, or excuse me, my brain is all over the place, Tanner, but it's DarkZero. They found themselves 7. The gap is 2, and we have ourselves another round.
I don't blame you, especially with how hectic this series has been. It's kind of like unlike what we've seen previously, although we have had a few flawless rounds. It's been a whole lot of chaos where we find a handful of these kills.
Got him.
Well, Chase, maybe having his brain scrambled a little bit, courtesy of Screwface. He had to clear his corners, and unfortunately, couldn't clear all 3 at the same time. Screwface gonna be the first one to find a frag here in round 17. Some more information garnered there.
Headshot.
Nice owl drone. Oh my goodness, nice headshot there as well. As Screwface picks up a 3rd, trying to match Koala's ace, but just can't do it. Only good for 3. Before Nismo trades him out. Both players here on the A site
Spike planted.
completely wiped away. As the wall goes up, it's a 3v2 retake in favor of DarkZero. As the Viper's Pit, unfortunately not getting the value that it had hoped for. And wall in response, a flash on through. Kohler heads up spray to find that frag onto Nismo, and it's all up to Ryan here to try and play the clock, try and play the time, and maybe spot a barrel or 2 as he looks to push through. Unfortunately, the firing squad is there waiting for him. DarkZero now cut their deficit to 1.
That one got really awkward. I think they actually bumped shoulders. He thought that he just couldn't go through or something, but instead they were back to back for a moment. The Asterwalls making a weird one, but DarkZero to win it on out. Screwface going huge on that site defense, and now for Ghost Gaming, they're gonna have to change up how they're playing this just a little bit. Earlier on, we saw some of these slower rounds, some of these more defaulty rounds where you play that rotation. Last couple, they've been going for the quick hits, and well, DarkZero just has enough utility with that double controller comp and well, the double initiators as well to quickly expel that. So I think Ghost might have to, you know, pump the brake pedal a little bit and work to dispel this util or they fully commit.
The wall bangs out through mid. Not going to find anything just yet, although earlier in the match we saw quite a bit of damage traded back and forth. Everybody steering clear of that one this time around as Recon Bolt not going to get too much out towards Garage. Harmon
Scout destroyed.
going to grab something. Get some spray of his own. Nice gravity well. Going to pull Koala. Well, he's going to head on out with that one. Nice little U-turn out towards the B site. And it does buy the pinch onto the site. It's only Nismo here. Now Quinn trying to make his way into Garage. Is going to be answered by Kohler. There go the Seekers. And unfortunately, there goes Nismo's position on top of it all. To be forced to try and fight his way out of the B site. Screwface picks one up onto Ryan. Koala's there to back him up, and Nismo, I mean, everybody falling down around him. He flashes out again, falls to a flash player, and leaves it all into the hands of Chase. 11 HP, and there's the wall bang. A bit of foreshadowing at the start of the round. It was no damage early, but a fat frag found late. Now a 9-9 scoreline.
This B bomb site has proved very rough for Ghost Gaming. I think this is the second time we've seen them try and push their way on out towards that position, but DarkZero, again, it's the utility, it's the Viper wall, it's the Astra util right at the doorstep, and it's really not working. This time, the tack timeout called by Kaplan, the coach of Ghost. They need to turn this ship around right here, right now, or else this map could slip out of their grasp.
So we kind of had a conversation the other day about who's calling the timeouts, and I like to see it from Kaplan, right? It's kind of like, let you know who the brain is, whereas before I had kind of threw out the assumption that it was, usually the IGL, and then all the names just started changing, but I think that's cool that Kaplan has the powers to do that, and obviously, like you said, kind of be that voice in their head, let them know how they can bring this one back in, and I mean, it's not, I guess, unusual for DarkZero to string a few rounds together. We've seen that previously in map 1. We saw it at the beginning of this one, and then that's where Ghost really started to turn it on and started to kind of mount their comeback, so to say. And in this game, it was 7 in a row for a 7-5 first half. So now, up the back of that timeout, all they got to do is put a couple of rounds together. 4 in a row is not out of their grasp. A couple of ultimates to work with across the board. It's the Seekers online for Nismo. It's the Blades on the line for Screwface. We'll see how much they can garner out of those ultimates alone. There's some utility traded out towards A for now. All 5 stacked up for just a moment for Ghost Gaming down towards the sewers, but maybe looking to back away. That spike tossed on over. It's going to be Nismo and Chase. The tip of the spear out towards the A site, whereas the rest of the squad looks to hit somewhere else.
Dog is broken there. All right. Ghost Gaming, and they're still taking this one incredibly slowly. Two positioned towards the sewer side, and a drone working its way up C long. Spike is on the back of that Sova player, and the rotation will begin to come through. Win joining up with the rest of his teammates as they're looking to just take things in towards A. It's a pretty strong call as the only defender is up towards Heaven, but it's an Odin, it's the spray, and there's a dart to work with for Harmon.
Seekers reveal the position, but already known. That spike looks to get planted just underneath having the shotgun. I mean, that's why you put the Sova here. Stops the plant, finds the frag. Quinn will fall. The Owl drone looks to grab some extra information. The dash away, the wallbang not going to land. Unfortunately, the Radiant box just a bit too big. And Nismo on the side has found his way into the game, into the round. And DarkZero starts to get cut down as Anderson plays just on the opposite side of the cage. Koala just underneath Heaven, expecting a drop down, but not finding anything just yet. As Anderson is pushed all the way through the site. Footsteps now have been heard. The cam taken down, the swing around the corner, leaving it all into the hands of Anderson. And it was the timeout to get Ghost back into this one. Now in a 1v3 situation. Maybe the timeout to secure the round win. As Anderson falls, Nismo picks up 3 on the round. A thrifty victory, and Ghost first across the double digits finish line.
DarkZero, I mean, they just wanted to play that retake there, and they had a good setup for it. Arwen up towards Heaven, able to deny the plant, but it was huge that Koala could grab that spike and dash away, and well, once it got to the late round post plant, you had this lurk back towards the spawn, and what was so huge was that it wasn't just that single lurk. Once Ryan found his first frag, he fell back in towards the B site and wrapped deep through defender side at spawn to continue that pressure without harming himself. And well, we're so quick into this next round. Anderson, he wants to put down that pit up towards main, but Koala a bit more far forward than DarkZero may have expected, and Koala straight up and over the site. He's found an entry on in, and it's a 5 versus 3 already for DarkZero. Win anchoring down this flank, and Kohler, a bit of a tough position, but he shouldn't know it just yet.
Yeah, Quinn looking to do something funky, unfortunately. Gonna get answered by Screwface, but the economy not looking to be in the best spot. You see Kohler and Screwface just playing wide inside that attacker-sided spawn, all the way across the map as far as they can be to make sure they hang on to these weapons, because the economy not great as Ainge finds one, looks to hop onto the site, and unfortunately, only good for one there. Ryan holds it down out towards long. Kohler looking to play containment. But at the end of the day, DarkZero will concede another round as Ghost pushed to 11. It's all about holding your guns here.
Yeah. I mean, DarkZero, this is a very tough situation. I thought initially Ghost was going to have to slow things down, and it was definitely an option for them, but instead, I mean, the pace seems to be working. You saw that there was a push up there. Anderson, I think he thought that Ghost was going to respect the utility that they put out for that A main fight, but it just doesn't happen. It's Koala Noob. Of course he's not going to respect it. This guy is going to push straight on through off of that Sky util, find that early frag, and really managed to double down on the entry towards site. That operator not quite in the correct position to open things up, and the situation starts to look a little bit dire. You lose this round for DarkZero, and you're faced up against match point. However, it's winnable. Operator, Viper's Pit, the tools in their toolboxes. Ainge has already worked his way down mid. This is tons of space under the command of DarkZero.
And if you're looking for the light at the end of the tunnel from that last round, right, at least you have the Viper's Pit for this one. They didn't take that one away from Anderson. He wasn't able to get that left click off to get the pit down. And you could see, again, the thought process. The cogs were turning there for DarkZero. Unfortunately, just doesn't go their way. Screwface, the operator that he saved, able to find the first frag. Koala will fall. There's 4 more just behind him. So fortunately, Screwface able to back off as Ryan goes galactic for a second. And Mimi, that position that you talked about, it's huge value for Ainge. With the Nebula and a Cloudburst, the Astra tries to sneak away. They're not going to land onto Nismo, but Screwface still able to find another, looking for more. The 3K on the round, the dash away. It's it all in the hands of Quinn. Make it 4 as DarkZero have finally crossed that double-digit finish line, but they still trail by 1.
I mean, when we talk about operators, when we talk about Jets, it has been the story of Koala this whole series, but now Screwface, he's hitting. He has come online, and well, the operator looks so impeccable in his hands. Push down mid there from Ainge to find the initial frag, and not only does he pick up that frag before dying, but he also finds the information that allows Screw to just hold the angle and execute the rest of Ghost Gaming. Money still good for both these sides, and operators in the hands of both Jets and Screw now repositioned out towards a long.
And well, we talked about Screwface picking the Jet to kind of match the same firepower that Koala would bring, and we finally get a first glance op v op, and Koala comes out on top. So it opens things up out towards the A site once more as Harmon forced to back away, tagged up by not only the Owl drone,
Poison's gone.
but the neural theft as Anderson tries to answer back for his fallen teammate and just can't do it as the shock darts look to go through. One does land. It finds the damage, but they're ready for it. Ghost Gaming not looking to give up anything this time around as they near a flawless round. It's all up to Ange and Kohler. The guiding light goes through. It's able to find the flash, some damage onto the operator in Koala, but his team is there to back him up. And Ange with 300 credits in his back pocket, looking to play containment here as the op shots go wide. The Recon bolt not going to find the information. Ange looks to do something tricky here. Maybe tries to make a play on top of the spike, but running out of time, and 2 players just around the corner. Ghost Gaming not giving up any inclination of a ninja defuse, and Ainge may be looking to save this weapon and should be able to do so.
It's interesting the way these roles are panning out, excuse me, because for Chase, oftentimes he's in that lurk position, but in this game, in this map of Haven, it's normally been Ryan leaning into those lurking tendencies. So many of these rounds where it's an A hit, he'll just work to hold down that flank and then have that late push up from B. He's consistently found impact with it, and well, in that last round, he was able to close out this player trying to save from that lurk as well. So now DarkZero, it's a tough position. Only 2 rounds on the trot to pull this to overtime, to even consider pulling us to a 3rd map of Ascent. Screwface calling this tactical timeout. These are the moments that matters because, I mean, even if DarkZero win this round, if they take a ton of damage, the money is still going to be looking pretty scuffed. They need to start taking rounds cleanly.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw where Ainge was at, right? At the end of that round, trying to hang on to his weapon, 350 credits. So I think coming into this one, they're going to be in a really tough spot. If they win, you're hoping to do it near flawlessly. That way you can pick up a few weapons, right? You can bring some extra credits into the next round, maybe help some of your fallen teammates who will need weapons going into the last round of regulation. But it's all about what they can get done here in this one. With the blades online, okay, they are able to scrounge up a couple of weapons. It's not a bad buy by any means, but it's Ainge this time around with the operator in hand. It's Screwface looking to get a bit crazy with the judge, and should he need him, that blade storm going into the next, but it's backs against the wall, and I mean, at the very least, you just don't let Nismo drop 30 on your heads, right?
Yeah, I mean, Nismo, he'd like to disagree. He wants to get it done. It's the A site again. It's Kohler in a very tough position. He's pinged out. Flash will miss. Koala's still holding. I mean, he's going to have to invest so much utility to get out of this spot, and he might just be able to do it. Swings forward. Anderson to support, and Anderson a second, but Kohler, he's the sacrifice for that 2K. Still, favorable trade for this defensive side, and they'll reset to their default positions, actually giving away this A site. But Ghost, you don't want to commit to it. They're still afraid there are going to be more players anchoring in this direction, and they'll pull back.
And I think the problem that Ghost are now finding with this playstyle, right? All five just push out towards it. It's been working for so long. Now that it finally hasn't worked, they understand how much space they've actually given up. They're not too sure where anybody is at. And those trap wires, I mean, they're set up to stop a flank, but a jet could easily get over the top of one of those. So it's a really tough spot to be in. It kind of forces them to continue to play out towards the safe site, which is exactly what they do. The Seekers go through left. All three. Now look to push up onto a very vacant site here. Nobody on that one is Ainge. Contact, win goes down. Now it's only 2 players remaining, but one of those players being Nismo. Typically good for 3. We'll see if that is going to be the case. Unfortunately, there's no real way to get anybody off the spike. So you hear that one, you're going to have to be wary. You're going to have to look to take the fight. And Screwface playing just inside the nebula here. The toxic screen up as well. Now everything in the hands of Chase to try and close it out for Ghost. As Harmon sticks the defuse. Plenty of time to do it this time and has the backup as well. 11-12, the last round of regulation. It was an awkward buy for DarkZero, but they got it done. Now they have to do it once more, Mimi.
Ghost, they had the information that Kohler was tucked in towards long, and he was almost that forbidden fruit, because you want to find that free frag. It's a Sky with no get out of jail free card, but in exchange for that one frag, Anderson was able to pick up 2, and I love that DarkZero doesn't greed. They completely reset into their default play. They know that Ghost can go anywhere. They don't want to give a pick away for free. They realize that A site will still be that final destination, and well, the retake comes out strongly. Final round of regulation now to decide if Ghost Gaming will close out or if DarkZero pull us into overtime.
And we are in the double elimination at GSL. This is the first round. So should DarkZero fall here, they will still have life in the tournament. They'll just have to battle it out in that lower bracket. But obviously, you'd like to keep on pushing it forward if you can, up in the winners. See some Trailblazers traded out early. Owl Drone as well. The cam out towards mid. Should be able to cover any ground that Ghost may have given up early. The Chase heads up cam in this round to make sure it's fairly simple and that nobody's getting that that headshot area just outside window there. Is right in that same position where he had once fallen to Ainge. Cosmic Divide goes up. Looking like Ghosts want to play through mid here. Want to play through garage, and Harmon gonna go wide on the shots, not finding it with the Odin, but the information garnered as they all dash on towards the C site. It should be a spike plant. With Screwface on top of the box, undetected for now. Guiding Light gonna go through, but no call out on the flash. As the spike gets planted, Win on the flank finds Anderson, and Ghost Gaming looking to close it out right here, right now. Only 3 remain for DarkZero. As Screwface hops onto the spike with the cloud burst. The guiding light gonna go wide, but Chase still falls no matter. The spike halfway. The shot's not gonna land just yet. Another cloud burst as Koala looks to get up close and personal. Screwface tries to stick it, and it all comes down to Ainge, but he just can't do it. Ghost with 4